Section 24. Advertising the stakes that trigger ADRE complaints. Small details that matter. Advertising the stakes that trigger ADRE complaints. Small details that matter. The next morning, Ashley walked into Michael's office carrying a stack of marketing flyers. "I think I'm finally getting advertising figured out." Michael smiled. That's what every agent says, right before they receive their first advertising complaint. The room laughed. David looked over the top of his coffee. "You know what's interesting? Most advertising complaints don't involve fraud. They involve details." Ashley raised an eyebrow. "Details?" Michael nodded. "Little things. A missing brokerage name, an outdated listing, a misleading social media post, a sign installed without permission. Individually, they seem small, but together, they become compliance issues." Ashley sat down. "So today's lesson is about paying attention to the details." Michael explained that AAC R428502 contains many of Arizona's advertising requirements. While designated brokers are responsible for supervising advertising conducted under the brokerage, every salesperson and associate broker also shares responsibility for ensuring their marketing complies with Arizona law, brokerage policy, and MLS rules. David smiled. "Reasonable supervision doesn't mean your broker reads every Facebook post before you publish it. It means you're expected to understand the rules." Ashley nodded. "So I'm responsible too?" "You absolutely are," Michael replied. He explained that one of the most common advertising mistakes occurs when licensees publish information that becomes outdated. An online listing remains active after the property has sold. A social media advertisement continues running after a price change. A website still promotes a property that is no longer available. Although these mistakes are often unintentional, consumers rely upon advertising when making decisions, and inaccurate information can quickly become misleading. Ashley thought about her own website. "I should probably review it more often." Michael smiled. "That's excellent risk management." He then shifted the discussion. "Let's talk about signs." Ashley laughed. "I didn't realize signs could create problems." "They can." He explained that Arizona licensees should obtain the property owner's authorization before placing a real estate sign on private property. Once the listing expires, is canceled, or the property owner requests removal, the sign should be removed promptly. Leaving signs on property after authorization has ended creates unnecessary complaints and reflects poorly on both the licensee and the brokerage. David added, "I've seen agents close a transaction on Friday and forget the sign for 3 weeks." The new owner wasn't impressed. Everyone laughed. Michael continued. "Another area that catches agents off guard involves property descriptions." He explained that licensees should accurately describe property size, dimensions, improvements, and amenities. For example, if a parcel contains slightly less than 1 acre, it should not simply be advertised as 1 acre. Instead, advertising should accurately describe the property based upon reliable information. Honest marketing protects consumers and reduces disputes after closing. Ashley smiled. "So accuracy is always safer than exaggeration." "Exactly," Michael nodded. He then turned to digital marketing. Advertising has changed dramatically. Today we market through Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google, AI, text messaging, email, and websites. David smiled. "But the commissioner's rules haven't changed their purpose." Ashley looked up. "Protect the public." Michael nodded. "Exactly." He explained that every online advertisement should be truthful, current, and transparent. Licensees should avoid misleading statements, exaggerated claims, unverifiable rankings, or advertising that creates unrealistic expectations. Any marketing generated through artificial intelligence should be carefully reviewed before publication, because the licensee, not the software, remains responsible for everything presented to the public. Ashley laughed. "So AI doesn't get disciplined?" Michael smiled. "You do." The room laughed. Michael then discussed another issue that has become increasingly important: text message marketing. He explained that federal laws governing text messaging, telemarketing, and electronic communications continue to evolve. Rather than assuming permission exists, licensees should follow brokerage policies, obtain appropriate consent where required, and comply with applicable federal and state marketing laws before launching text or email campaigns. So, technology changes, but compliance doesn't. Exactly. David smiled. "I've always believed good advertising does one simple thing." Ashley looked at him. "What?" "It tells the truth. It tells it clearly. And it doesn't leave consumers confused." Michael gathered the marketing flyers Ashley had brought. "Remember, The purpose of advertising isn't simply to generate business. It's to provide consumers with honest information so they can make informed decisions. Ashley smiled. So every advertisement becomes part of my professional reputation. Michael nodded. And that's why every detail matters. Unrevolution, a successful Arizona agent, scheduled dozens of social media advertisements using an automated marketing platform. Several listings sold quickly, but the advertisements continued running for more than 2 weeks because the campaign had not been updated. Consumers repeatedly contacted the brokerage about properties that were no longer available, leading to complaints that the advertising was misleading. Although the issue resulted from automation rather than intentional misconduct, the brokerage revised its advertising review procedures and required agents to routinely monitor all active online marketing. Broker tip: don't set it and forget it. Whether you're using social media, AI, IDX websites, Google Ads, Facebook Marketplace, YouTube, or email marketing, regularly review every active advertisement to ensure it remains accurate, current, and compliant. Your marketing reflects your professionalism long before a client ever meets you. Online discussion question 1. Why do many advertising complaints result from small details rather than intentional misconduct? Model answer. Most advertising complaints arise because information becomes outdated, inaccurate, or misleading over time. Regular review and attention to detail help prevent these issues. Question 2. Why is digital advertising more challenging than traditional print advertising? Model answer. Digital advertising can remain online indefinitely. They automatically update across multiple platforms and is often shared widely. Licensees must monitor these platforms regularly to ensure continued accuracy. Question 3. How does accurate advertising help protect both consumers and licensees? Model answer. Accurate advertising builds consumer trust, reduces misunderstandings, minimizes complaints, and demonstrates professionalism while helping licensees remain compliant with Arizona law and brokerage policies.